Welcome back to the Real Estate News. Here to update us on the world of property inspections for rental properties is Geri Colucci, owner of Equitable Property Management. Hi, Geri.
Hi.
Welcome back. We're glad to have you with us again.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
So with regard to property inspections, and we're talking about this with reference to rental properties, so why are they so important?
Well, one of the things that Equitable really prides itself on is that we aren't only really good at selecting qualified tenants, but we guarantee the integrity of the property to the best of our ability. And one of the ways to do that is doing routine property inspections, actually going in and looking at the properties.
Okay, so what would an inspection include?
Well, when we go in, we're looking for two kinds of things. We're looking to see whether a tenant is having any functional problems and whether or not there's any damage to the apartment caused by the tenant. So we're looking for leaks, we're looking for holes in walls, dirty carpet, unauthorized pets, and checking with the tenant to see if they have any repair issues. And each inspection can take as little as 5 minutes up to 30 minutes, depending on the condition of the apartment or home when we get there.
Okay. Now, so how often are these inspections done?
Well, we guarantee that we're going to do them at least every 6 months. So when a tenant moves in, we give them what's called a move-in checklist, and they write down, they have 10 days to do this, and let us know if there are any problems with the apartment. And that becomes our standard. So 4 to 6 months after they move in, we make an appointment, and we have a part-time person who just does inspections. She'll go out, she'll inspect the property using the move-in inspection as her base standard.
So do you think it helps keep the tenants kind of on their best behavior once they've done this checklist? They kind of know what they're responsible for?
Right.
Or?
Well, it's interesting because many tenants will say, well, we didn't have to do this when we rented from so-and-so. But this is one of the things that is really, really important to me. I want to treat the property as if it were my own. And the only way you know that is if you literally get in and take a look around.
Now, do the tenants know that you're coming, or do you just drop in?
No, actually, I sort of want them to clean up for me. So our person will call, we'll make an appointment. We always give at least 24 hours notice. We prefer that the tenant be there so that they can walk through the apartment with us. And then if we find any problems, we have them sign and we sign, and then we go ahead and take care of any repairs.
So now what happens if the inspector discovers a problem?
Well, it depends on what it is. There are two kinds of problems. One is one that is functional, like a garbage disposal is not working, or another one might be dirty carpets and there are stains all over the carpets. So she determines who's going to be responsible for the problem. If it's a dirty carpet and we ask the tenant to please clean the carpets, then she'll go back in 2 weeks and make sure that the carpets are cleaned. If it's a garbage disposal issue, for example, she'll come back, she'll make a work order in our office, and then we'll call the vendor, and the vendor will go out and he'll determine were there bottle caps in the garbage disposal or is it just not functioning.
Okay. And so is that how you determine who pays for the repairs during, for the things discovered during the inspection, the tenants or the owners? Okay.
In most cases, our tenants are very reliable, and it usually isn't a situation where they pay, but it does come up occasionally.
Now, would you say, do you think you're just lucky with good tenants, or is there a system in place that makes that possible to have such good tenants?
Well, we're very careful in how we select our tenants. There's never a guarantee, and sometimes we do have some problems, but for the most part, we stay in communication with our tenants. We treat them with respect. Even though this is an investment property for an owner, it is a personal home for our tenants, and that's how we treat it. So if they ever have a repair issue, we encourage them to call us immediately, and we try to take care of it.
Well, and I would assume, the owners are very appreciative of the fact that you keep such a close eye on the property.
They are. I think some of them are surprised that we actually do them, but our inspections are written inspections. We keep a log of them so that we know when we have to do the next one. And what helps is then when the tenant goes to move out, we do what's called a move-out inspection. So we take all the previous inspections and we're able to see the progress in the apartment and how we expect it to look when they leave.
Well, and I would think that lets them know clearly, what would be in store if they wanted to say, receive a refund of their deposit or things of that nature. So I would think it would make it for more of a seamless transition when you have tenants moving in and out.
It does, and for the move-out inspections, I'm the only one who does the move-out inspections because South Carolina Landlord-Tenant Act is very strict about protecting a tenant's deposit. So I do the final inspection and determine how much is going to go back or if all of it is going to go back.
Well, and I'm sure the owners appreciate that as well, to have you personally, and the tenants for that matter, because they feel like you're hands-on and you're looking out for both the tenant and for the owner.
It is true, and it makes a wonderful transition. I'm usually the first person the tenant meets when they move in, so I'm the last person they see as they're moving out.
Oh. Well, listen, it sounds like your tenants and your owners are very fortunate to have you looking out for their properties. So
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us today, and
It was
stay
a
with us
pleasure.
after the break.